Mr. Dan Davidson, welcome, man.
Hey, man, nice to be here. This is great. I love coming back here.
Yeah, I've never had you on the show before. I know you were on with Wally a few times, but yeah, thanks so much for coming in, man.
Yeah, it's feeling homey in here now. I'm going to get my own locker or something.
Get those feet off the table, buddy. No, I'm just joking. How's the holidays for you?
You know, it was good. It was hardcore holidays this year. It was really busy, lots going on, and I got two little girls, so it was just, absolute chaos and mayhem. So I'm ready. I'm ready for the new year.
Yeah, you're a busy guy. You did a lot of traveling. You got some new music and some new music on the go. And you also just came back from Japan. What was that about?
Yeah, well, like being an indie artist, it's kind of great and it's kind of hard because, I don't have the muscle and I don't have the contacts a lot of these labels got. But I do have a little bit of know-how from doing this for so long. So I have the freedom to do whatever I want, even if it's making terrible decisions like going to Japan to make a country video. But so we wanted to do something wacky and sort of left field, and we did just that. Flew to Tokyo, dressed me up in this crazy John Wayne meets Elton John type costume, and plopped me down in downtown Tokyo, and hilarity ensued.
And that's for me. What song's that for?
For Barn Burner, actually.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
It's just the video just got added to CMT. I had a really weird moment yesterday. I was at the gym, and I was going on the treadmill or whatever, and the TV was on. I was watching CMT, and there pops my face. So people just thought I was this crazy narcissist watching myself and working out.
So why Japan? Why did you choose that one for Barn Burner?
Well, I just think nobody would ever think to do that. Like,
yeah,
I guarantee it's the first country music video ever shot in Tokyo. So it's that was the whole thing. We just wanted to do something to get attention, and Found, the video for Found was so stupid with its, the moose costume and all that stuff. And so now I think it's just like I'm that guy. I'm just the weird video guy.
We got Dan Davidson joining us in the studio this afternoon. Dan, let's talk about the success last year of the song Found, which was co-written by Clayton Bellamy. That song did pretty darn good for you.
You know what? That was a life-changing release for me. It was just kind of bonkers. Like, I knew it was a strong song, and I was fairly new to the country scene at that point when I put it out. And, I couldn't tell you how incredibly refreshing and reinvigorating it was to see how much a good song could do heavy lifting. So, I blinked, and then all of a sudden it was the number one selling Canadian country single in the country. And it was top 20 iTunes, top 20 radio, top 20 on CMT, and and all of a sudden my name's in the same conversation as these guys like Tim Hicks and Chad Brownlee and Dallas and Brett and all these amazing artists that, are paving the way for guys like me. And, I couldn't be more grateful.
How did you get started out in the business?
Well, it's weird being a new name, but being 13 years into being a professional musician, quote unquote, whatever that means. But yeah, I started out in rock. I had a band called Tupelo Honey here in Edmonton, and we did a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
A lot of top 40s and some crazy tours. We toured with a lot of the big names in rock, like Metric and Bon Jovi and 3 Days Grace and Sam Roberts and everybody you could name, really. And so we did a lot of like rock and roll university that way, figuring out how the business works and learning songwriting and just, how to be a professional as an indie, because we never really had the big budgets of other bands. We had to figure out how to compete with whatever we could get.
Right.
And that was the best thing that ever happened to me, really, because it set me up to launch this solo career at a level that I didn't have to go through all those years of woodshedding and figuring out who I was, so.
Your good friend is Dallas Smith, and I asked Dallas this when I first talked to him, why did you decide to, escape the rock route and go the country route?
Well, I think for me, I was just kind of, the grind was killing me. Like, it was, it's just not a very supportive industry right now over there. I think the band released its best album, and it did the worst at last. And, I think we were all just kind of feeling that it was time for something new. And as I grew as a songwriter, I wanted to become more of a storyteller and more of a guy that focused on that part of it. And with country, I'm finding that I don't have to be this cool 20-year-old who eats pepperoni and sleeps in a van all day long.
That's right.
I can now be a songwriter, and there's a little bit more industry behind it. And it's like things like the demographic of rock for us was always 20 to 30, and now in country I have this demographic of 15 to 90 or something crazy, So I'm just really charged up because everybody's been super supportive, and I'm really feeling like I'm coming into something that properly represents my creative personality. And Yeah, it's just this whole new chapter. It's, I couldn't be happier with where things are at.
We got Dan Davidson joining us on the show. Dan, the song that pretty much started it out for you was "Unkisser." Now, when you first heard that song on radio, what was your reaction?
I was pretty excited. It was my first foray into the country world, and I kind of just released it because I wanted to play Big Valley and I wanted to pitch to some people, and I did play Big Valley that year, and a couple stations picked it up. It was a bit of a door knocker for me, just being like, "Hey, this is who I am," and I'm really happy with it. I think it was a well written song, and it was fun.
Well produced.
Yeah, the producer is amazing.
Yeah.
Jeff Dalzio, he's done. All the Washboard Union stuff,
right,
and stuff for Ali, and remixes for Brett Kissel. So he's a pro, and he's one of my best friends. So
nice.
it's been awesome. That was a great way to kick it off, I think, and then following it up, and immense pressure on Barn Burner right now, and I think that's kind of how it goes from now on in. All pressure, all the time.
You brought your guitar and love to hear a song.
Sure. Well, why don't I do Barn Burner for you? I'll move
Let's
the mic
do it.
down so you can hear the guitar a little bit too.
Dan Davidson at CFWE.
Friday night in a small town, ain't much to do when the sun goes down. Follow the bonfire light down some old country road, knowing we reach the end. Oh, we're gonna go to a barn burner, baby. Look out Friday night, light the sky a mile high and shoot out all the lights. Find me a little two-step, honey, spin me around, spend my money, break up some old country song, raise a glass, sing along, or fall in love at a BYOB, small town country, good old-fashioned barn burner. A barn burner, baby. Cars are lined up and down the roadside. Ain't much to do, let this small town dry. Under the midnight sky, we count our lucky stars. Sing every wailing song and play some air guitar at the barn burner, baby. Look out Friday night, light the sky a mile high and shoot out all the lights. Find me a little two-step, honey, spin me around, spend my money, crank up some old country song, raise a glass, sing along, or fall in love at a BYOB, small town country, good old-fashioned barn burner. A barn burner, baby. Light it up, gather round, crank it up, burn it down. Gather up, gather round, crank it up, burn it down. Don't let this night ever end. Raise a glass, long live the long weekend at the barn burner, baby. Look out Friday night, light the sky a mile high and shoot out on the lights. Find me a little two-step, honey, spin me around, spend my money, crank up some old country song, raise a glass, sing along at the barn burner, baby. Look out Friday night, light the sky a mile high and shoot out all the lights. Find me a little two-step, honey, spin me around, spend my money, crank up some old country song, raise a glass, sing along, or fall in love at a BYOB, small town country, good old-fashioned barn burner. A barn burner, baby. Oh, yeah. A barn burner, baby.
Dan Davidson at CFWE. God, that sounded great, man.
Thanks, man.
I know when we first started playing that song, and I was instantly drawn to that tune. It's a fun song, hey?
It's a super fun song. It's just, all about remembering those times when things were a little more carefree. And, when Clayton and I were talking about how when we were in high school or whatever, the cell phones weren't really a thing kids had. And so you'd have to stick around by the gas station until a car full of kids came around and figured out, hey, where's the party at? And so that was kind of trying to channel that spirit. Actually, when I started playing that, I realized my guitar was in the wrong tuning.
It still sounded great, man.
I had to do some math in my head there as I was playing. It's crazy.
We're going to get to the gig coming up on January 14th in just a minute. Let's talk about your brand new single. Tell us all about it.
So Barn Burner, it's like I said, it's kind of that fun time story. And, Clay and I were really trying to channel that upbeatness of Found and sort of that front porchy kind of stomp clap thing. I just thought that, if it wasn't broke, don't fix it kind of thing with Found, because Found did so well, and I'm trying to establish sort of who I am. So I think Barn Burner was the perfect song to follow it up, keep the energy high in these winter months when people start releasing those slow songs and getting all sad. We just want to keep the party going, Right so.
All right, the big gig is January 14th over at the Water Park with Tim Hicks and Chad Brownlee. This is going to be a fun show.
Yeah, I've been calling it the Guys with One-Syllable Names Tour, like Tim, Chad, Dan, and it's going to be awesome, man. Like, I've met Chad. I haven't met Tim, but yeah, I think it's going to be the perfect match of styles, and the shows are going to be crazy. And this thing at the water park, like, such a weird... Yeah.
Where are you guys actually playing? Is it on the side, or...?
Yeah, so if you look through the glass in the mall, it's just to the right there in the private cabana area, and they put up a stage. So there's, like, people in the water, people on the shore, and there's... there's drinks, and it's going to just be a wild party, I think. It's going to be a good time.
All right, on. Dan Davidson, appreciate coming in, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I love coming here, man. Anytime.